What's up, beautiful people? What's up? What's up? My name is Rain. I am the owner of Raining Success Coaching at rainingsuccess.com and the founder of Successfully Single Prep School, where I assist, equip, and educate women in healing, being whole, being happy, how to live your best single life, and set yourself up for success. Okay? Welcome to The Common Cure, how to successfully conquer lack of motivation and inconsistency to live your best single life. Because I don't know about you. Well, if you've clicked on this, I'm sure. Excuse me, y'all. I'm battling this flu, trying to get it out of me. But if you clicked on this, then I'm sure that you have been trying to attain a goal, accomplish something, conquer something, move on to the next level, grow somewhere, and it's been challenging for you because of a lack of motivation and inconsistency, right? And that's why you are here. So thank you for joining, listening to this lecture. I'm going to try to move through this swiftly, but not talk so fast because I do talk fast. Um, let's jump right into it. Okay, so inconsistency and lack of motivation tie into one another because once we experience a lack of motivation, we usually become inconsistent, right? Um, it's 2018. You may have a resolution. You may have goals that you just set to accomplish. You may be trying to attain something for your career, start a business, grow a new stream of income, or whatever it is. It's really exciting in the beginning. Like we're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I have this planned out. But when you start doing it, it starts to get challenging. And then once it starts to get challenging, it's like, okay, I'm not really seeing the results I wanted. This is harder than I thought it would be. And because we don't keep that same motivation, we're not as inspired. So we become less consistent in it, right? So obviously, once you're motivated to do something, that's like if you go to a seminar and for a motivational speaker and you're like, oh yeah, this is good stuff, this is good stuff, and then you leave and then you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get on that, and you start doing it. I feel like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get on that, and then you start doing it, and then a week later you like, this ain't what I thought it was. A lot of times it's not what we think it's going to be, so we lose our motivation or something happens our first try and we get discouraged, right? And so we become inconsistent. And the thing is, for 2018, I want you to, not even just for 2018, I don't want to keep saying it like it's a new year. Like, you can start every single day. Like, if you desire to change something, to grow, and to do something, you can start right now. You can start tomorrow. It doesn't have to be a Monday. It doesn't have to be a new year, a new month. Like, none of that. But I know a lot of times we're like, how are these people being successful when I can't even stay motivated to do this, man? I do it this many times, and then it's just like, okay, I give up. So why is this an issue? Why is lack of motivation and inconsistency an issue? Because to live your best life, it takes work. For you to keep doing work, you have to push through. The inconsistency is stopping you from living your best life. The lack of you allowing the lack of motivation to make you inconsistent is stopping you from living your best life. And we know our best lives take work. It takes work. We have to put in this effort continuously because we're like, no, I gotta get to this moment. I gotta get to this place. I have to get to this level. I know for me, let's talk about this health and fitness journey, okay? Because I'm a mother, and once I gave birth to my child, a lot of weight just slid off so easily. But then, as a nursing mother and a new mom, I devoted all my time to my child. So for me, I was eating what was quick. What was quick was usually what was not healthy. So then I put weight back on, and I'm like, this is not me. I'm not used to this. This is not where I want to be. And I know it takes work to get back to where I was and then beyond. So I have to do the work. So here I am, like, what work do I have to do? I gotta work out. I have to eat right, and that's where for a lot of us, if we all gonna be honest, that's where a lot of the struggle is eating right, because we want to eat what we want to eat, but doing what we want doesn't get us the results that we desire, right? Doing what we want doesn't get us our best life. A lot of times we have to work our butts off to be able to do what you want. You have to sacrifice now to be able to do what you want. For me, I don't have a problem eating healthy. My problem is continuously eating healthy. I hate going to the grocery store. I hate going to the grocery store. I feel like it takes up so much time. I shouldn't be in there that long, because I'm what I feel like. But no matter how many times I go, I'm still in there at least an hour. And it's so frustrating. I'm like, I got stuff to do. I need to just hire someone to go grocery shopping for me, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to conquer this. But because I hate going to the grocery store, once I buy something and I meal prep, I'm doing great for that first week. Maybe for that first 10 days. But then after that meal prepped food is gone, I don't want to go back to the grocery store. So then my meal prep becomes inconsistent. Because I'm like, okay, look, well, I ate good this many times. But at the same time, my meal prep becomes inconsistent. What does that mean? That means that I'm not going to continue to see the same results in my body that I was seeing before. So I'm out here trying to live my best life, knowing that it takes work. But then when the work comes in, it comes time for me to do the work, I'm like, man, but I gotta go to the store. I gotta get in line with all these people. Man. Ergo, inconsistency. I know I'm not the only one who struggled with the meal prep. Look, it take a minute to cook all that food and then put it together, and then you gotta go back to the grocery store do it all over again. Y'all could judge me. It's cool, because I'm gonna get my life all the way together, okay? Trust me. Now, I'm gonna tell you what the cure is. And some of you might be like, oh, that's it? Some of you might be like, I knew that. Some of you might be like, how so? Elaborate. What you mean? I'm gonna tell you what the cure is. And it's the cure because it's the common cure, because so many people are doing this to be successful and we don't realize it. A lot of times we think that this person got successful because they know the right people, and this person got successful because they look a certain way, and this person got successful because they already had money. Listen, if you have skill in something, if you keep practicing and focusing on something, if you are determined to achieve that thing, you can achieve that thing despite what everybody else is doing, despite how anybody else got there. But a lot of people are achieving this success by implementing this cure. And I don't think we realize it. I don't think we realize how simple it is. I don't think we realize it's that simple, like that's really what they're doing. Just like when people are like, how you lose weight, how you do this, how you do that. And they tell them, they don't really think it's, you work out and eat right. How else do you, like, they don't really think it's that simple. So they don't implement it in their life. You want to know what the cure is? You want to know what the cure is? Are you ready for the cure? Drum roll, please. You ready for the cure? Commitment. That's the common cure. That's the common cure for lack of motivation and inconsistency. Commitment. Commitment. Because I think that we think that these people who are successful, that they're always motivated. Guess what? They're not. We think that they've never battled with inconsistency. Guess what? They have. They just did it anyway. Have you heard that? Have you heard that saying, do it afraid? Like when you're afraid to do something, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm scared, it's out of my comfort zone. Okay, you could be afraid. Do it afraid. They've experienced a lack of motivation. Do it anyway. Do it even though you don't feel like it. Do it with that lack of motivation. Do it anyway. They commit. Commitment. That's the cure. That's the cure. Simple as that. Let me take a gander at my notes over here. Excuse me, y'all. I wish I was not coughing during this. This is making me so unhappy. But it's got to get done. The cure is commitment. Let's define commitment. The state of quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, etc. Dedicated. Dedicated to a cause, activity, or whatever. That means you focused on giving your all in this thing, right? The second definition, an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. I like this one better. I like the obligation that restricts freedom of action. You can't do what you want to do. If you decide to commit to something, you can't always do what you want to do. The freedom is there, but in this commitment, you've chosen, because you have the freedom to do it, but you've chosen not to do what you want to do, but to do what you need to do what you committed to do. You chose to do what you committed to do. That's what these successful people are doing. They're doing it anyway. They're doing it unhappy. They're doing it sick. You see me coughing my lungs out. They're doing it anyway. No, they don't feel like it. But guess what? It has to get done. They don't feel like living the life that they've been living either. They don't feel like struggling like they were struggling before either. They don't feel like not having financial freedom either. They don't feel like those things either. So it's either you gonna stay here, you gonna stay in this place where my hand? You gonna stay in this place where you don't feel like doing it, or you gonna do it anyway with the lack of motivation and do away with that inconsistency. What are you gonna do? Commit. You're gonna commit, right? Now I'm gonna give you 2 examples where you may already be committing. Just to give an example of what it looks like. Parenting and marriage. For those of you who are parents, that's something you commit to, right? You can't do what you want to do. You got to make sure things get done. Especially if you're a mom, no shade to dads. you got to do what you got to do. You have to make sure things get done. You don't have the freedom to not commit to that. Your kids get up, you don't feel well. Guess who still got to get up and feed them? You do. Your kid got to go to school. When it's a day off for you, guess who still got to get up and take them to school? You do. Despite the fact that you want to sleep in, despite the fact that you may have had to pull an all-nighter, you still got to get up and take them to school. Because you know the end game. You commit to that because you know, okay, I got to get my baby an education. Okay, I know it's better. Look, sometimes it's look, I know if I don't get up and take them to school, they're going to be bothering me all day. But you make those commitments. You're capable of committing. You're capable of committing. You just got to start committing to yourself. You got to start committing to these things that you want to achieve, these goals that you have in your life. Commit to it. That's what these people are doing. We think sometimes that it's something miraculous that somebody has within them. Baby, they got the same kind of dopeness you got. They got the same level of dopeness you got. You got to develop it and tap into that. You got to commit and do the work to get to where you're trying to get. Let's go into marriage. There are many of us successfully single women who are becoming successfully single, who want to be married, and you want that man to fully commit to you, but you ain't committed to yourself. Let me tell you what I know. I've never been married, but let me tell you what I know. That commitment of marriage, you gotta be a wife even when you don't feel like it. Long after that feeling, that in love, that happy joy, that marital bliss, even when you don't feel that, you still gonna be a wife. That's what marriage is. That's a commitment that you made to that person. That's a commitment that you made to that man. So no matter how you may not feel motivated to get up and wash some clothes and iron his work shirt. I don't know if you're doing the ironing, he doing the ironing. Look, you may be working and he may be at home with the kids. You may not feel like getting your butt up and going to work. I don't know how your relationship go. I'm just saying. But there are certain things in a marriage that you don't feel like doing. that you got to keep up. Because if you become inconsistent in those things, then it might drive a wedge between you and your spouse. You become inconsistent in those things, then you might have some real problems developing. You become inconsistent in those things, then certain things are swept under the rug, and eventually somebody gonna trip. We already committing in parenthood. We already committing in marriage. We want to commit to marriage. We need to commit to ourselves. We're important too. We're important too. We work our butts off for other people. We work our butts off in relationships. We work our butts off to be great mothers. We work our butts off for other people. We need to do that for us too. That joy, that happiness, that pleasure you see in your child's face, you need to smile like that too. You need to put in the work to get things done too. And you gotta commit to doing it, because it's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be easy. You're not always going to want to do it. That's just what it is. These people out here don't always want to do it. We may see, I just watched a video with Will Smith, and he was doing you may have heard the movie on Netflix that just came out he was in, and he was doing a I'm so sorry, y'all, a press tour. He was on a press tour, and he was like, "Can you see my eyes? Do I look tired? I ain't tired. No, I'm tired." We see the glitz and glam of certain things, but a lot of times we don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see the work that goes into it. We don't see the, we don't see the commitment that these people show when they gotta go work out in the rain and be outside, and when they gotta record, and do a film when the weather is ridiculously cold or ridiculously hot, and they gotta be on set for all these hours and they ain't nothing and they can't like, we don't see that part. We don't see the commitment that people make. We might see somebody and like the way they look, and we don't know how hard they went in the gym. We don't know how many times people been like, "You want a piece of pizza? You want this free donut? You want it?" And they like, nah. We don't see any of that. We don't see any of that. We don't always see the commitment. But that's how they're prevailing. That's the cure for lack of motivation. That's the cure for you not to become inconsistent. Commit to it. You want it or not. Like, that's what it boils down to, right? We got to commit to it. Excuse me. Let's talk about the truth of it all. The truth is, when things get hard, we like to stop. The truth is, when things take too long, we like to give up. We're at this place where we think everything happens instantaneously, or we want it to happen instantaneously, and if it don't happen immediately, we're off of it. This don't work. This ain't for me. I can't do this. We want everything to happen so quick, even though whatever struggle or whatever issue that we're facing, or whatever we're trying to heal, whatever we're trying to accomplish, even though the rut we may be in, gradually it took time for us to get there, we want to get out of it ASAP. We want to get out of it in 0.2 seconds. We want to get out of it in a week. We want that six-pack in 10 days. Like, and that's just not how it goes, right? But the truth is, do you know how many people got that lap band thing and actually had to go back to the hospital because they done burst and it broke open, and they got to have an emergency surgery? Because we got to trust the process. What it takes when you're committing, what you're learning, what you're gaining, that strength that you're putting in, you're building character. You're able to see how strong you are. You're able to see that you can keep going when you don't want to, when it hurts, when it's not fun, when all your friends is going out and you over here trying to save money. So you're like, nah, but you get through it, and you reach your goal, and you like, you know what, I'll do it again. See, that's building character. But when you get that instantaneous type stuff, when you get that so quick, you don't know how to appreciate it properly. That's why a lot of times you see people who get plastic surgery, no shade to nobody, but when they get plastic surgery, they go back and get it again. Liposuction, they go back and get it again. Because they don't sustain where they're at. No, it was too easy to get that result. We want things to be super quick and super easy, because we think that's going to change our life. Guess what? The change in our life comes from being consistent and committing. That the change in our life comes from the daily process of it. The change in our life comes from the journey. But we want to bypass the journey and just get the result. How you gonna keep that? How you gonna sustain that? Don't you know that you go through things in life because God wants you to get the lesson? He wants you to get it. There's certain things you pray for, and God doesn't just say, here. God says, okay, I'm gonna put this right here, and I'm gonna do this right here, and we're gonna see if you really want it. Because if you get past this and this and that, you'll achieve it. And not only will you achieve it, you'll understand why you went through what you went through, and you'll know how to keep it. You want to be married? Okay. You want the person that I have for you? You want the marriage, the union that I desire for you? Okay. Let me go ahead and put him in your life, put him in your life, put him in your life. You like that, you like that, you like that. Let's see how bad you want it. No, he's not for you. You know he's not for you. You know he's not for you. But being without them means that you have to be alone. Being without them means that you have to work on yourself. Being without them means that you have to take time to heal, to focus on you, to better you, to become the person that'll be ready for that one man that I actually have for you. Let's see if you really want it. Let's see if you're really ready. Because the truth is, a lot of us got people in our phone right now talk about we want a husband. But we got that just in case in our phone right now. That still texts you, good morning, beautiful. You're like, oh, hey, thank you. That just in case. Knowing you don't want to be with him. What you entertaining that for? Because we don't really want to commit to what we say we want and dedicate this time in our life. Dedicate whatever we need to dedicate. Sacrifice whatever it is that we need to sacrifice. Doesn't matter if people see our sacrifice. It don't matter if people see you want to get a better relationship with God. It don't matter if people see you waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day to pray. It ain't for them. It ain't for them. It's for you. We don't need validation. We may feel like we do. We don't need people to give us a pat on the back for what we need to do to better ourselves to reach our goals. Because they're not going to reach it for us. They probably don't care about our goal anyway. So the truth is, the difference between you and that person on IG that's doing what you want to do, has what you want to have, is living like you want to live. First of all, we don't really know their life, right? So I just want to be clear. They showed us what they desire to show us, but the image that you're taking from it, the truth is, the difference can be as easy as commitment. Or they just not living their life. But seriously, it can be as easy as commitment. It can be as easy as them taking the time to make whatever sacrifices are necessary to dedicate their time, their mindset to the big picture. So that once they get through all of this, or once they trust the process, so as they're on their journey, they're realizing more and more, okay, well, this is how that worked, and I might have failed with that, but now I know how to do it right. And now they're realizing that I'm living my best life. Even though I'm not exactly where I want to be, I'm there. Even though I ain't hit that goal yet, I'm climbing. Even though I haven't crossed the finish line, I realized I can get there. I didn't know I was this strong. I didn't know I could really do all this. And then they get there. And once you go through all of that to get there, that gives you a different mind state. You like, oh, if I can do this and get here, what else can I do? But see, the truth is that we want it so quickly that we do something, then we get discouraged, or something happens, or we don't get the results we want right away, and then we think we can't get there. We can't get there, so I'm just going to be unhappy about it and complain about it because we can't get there. The difference was the commitment. Keep going. The difference was the commitment. Keep going. The difference was the commitment. Now, I don't want to just tell you the cure is commitment and not tell you how to commit. Because like, okay, commit to it. Okay, I commit to doing this. Just because you say it. And you're like, still not doing it. So let's get into it. Let's talk about how we're going to commit. How to commit. How to commit to live your best single life. When I say live your best single life, I mean you healing. I mean you happy. I mean you blessed. Okay, you look blessed. Okay. I mean you're accomplishing these goals. You have hobbies now that you really enjoy. You live in such a happy life that you're pleasing God. You're getting closer to God. You're developing these relationships that are healthy. You so happy you're not going to bed miserable talking about I want a man. No, you going to bed like, hey, I got a lot of things that make me happy in my life. Hello, somebody. You living your best single life or no? Are you? I hope you are. If you're not, I want you to start. Here's how you can start. You can start committing. Here's how to commit. Identify your why. Identify the reason you need to commit. What do I mean? Let's get an example. Let's do health and fitness because I'm really on that journey. Let's do this health and fitness journey. Identify my why. Because I don't want to be insecure about myself. Though I love myself, I don't want to be insecure about my body because I'm not where I want to be. I don't want to be able not to take a compliment from somebody because I don't like what I see in the mirror. I really want to like what I see in the mirror. Because I'm not going to pretend like it ain't about liking what I see. I'm not going to say, well, I just want to be healthy, and I do, but that ain't it. Okay? Just being honest. I want to feel healthy. I don't just want to look healthy. I want to feel healthy. Because I remember where I was, and I want to get back there. Because I know that if I'm at my best, not just mentally, not just emotionally, not just spiritually, if I'm at my best, and I can live the life that God really entails for me, like I can prepare myself to receive all the blessings God has for me. What if God want to offer me a role and I'm over here fat? And they like, oh, the camera gonna add a couple pounds too, and she would be perfect for it, but let's go ahead and give it to her, because she wasn't preparing for her blessing. She wasn't fully prepared. She wasn't at her best. She wasn't happy with herself, and you can see that. She didn't walk with confidence, and you can tell. Because let me tell you something. It's something about having that confidence in yourself and liking yourself. I'm the friend that sends pictures, right? And videos and stuff randomly. And I have a friend, and I sent him a picture, and it was not a cute one. And the thing about that is, I remember in my life prior, I would not dare send a picture that was not cute. I would stare at a picture for a while, like, oh, it looked like my eyes ain't even. You ever do that? Stare at a picture for so long and start seeing stuff that's wrong and you thought was cute? I would not dare send somebody an ugly picture of me. But I'm at this point in my life where I love me wholeheartedly. And what someone has to say about me does not affect how I feel about myself. So when I sent that struggle picture, y'all, because I was sick, it wasn't a good look. But you wanted to see the real. When I sent that struggle picture, I didn't care about any remarks that would be said negatively. There were none, but I wouldn't send it just in case. I don't want anyone to think negatively of me. I don't want anyone to think that I was unattractive. I'm fine with how I look. I like how I look. I love how I look. We gonna get this body in shape. But seriously, like, I'm okay with me. I'm good with me. I'm happy with me. I could be happier. Again, we getting there. But I'm at a point to where I love myself so much that you can't tear me down with your views of me. If I'm not attractive to you, that's fine. I'm not meant to be attractive to you then. On to the next. And that's just how we're going to go. But see, my why is because I don't want to disappoint God. Because I want to live my full life. I want that Oprah type living in your purpose. You know Oprah living in her purpose. I want that. I want to live my best life. Because the truth is, life is not the longest, as long as we may think it is, especially when we're younger. Once you turn a certain age, you're like, dang, this time just passing by. Once you have kids, these years just pew, pew, pew. These years just pass by, and I want to live my best life. I don't want to waste any more time doing anything less than that. That why of living my best life and not wasting time and being able to like what I see now, so I can live, so I can be happy and comfortable, more comfortable in my skin. To just be more comfortable in my life. That why, what that does for me is when I don't feel like getting up, I think about that why and I'm like, you know what? That's true. You want to feel healthy. You got a little son you want to run around with. He only gonna get more active. And you got to be able to do that. You're setting an example for your child. So what example you gonna show them? I don't feel like doing it, so I'm gonna lay in bed and not do it, or I'm gonna get up and do it at 6 o'clock in the morning no matter what. I don't work out at 6. I feel like that was misleading. But still, like seriously, what's your why? Your why has to be something that does motivate you. Because when you experience a lack of motivation, you have to think about that thing that make you want to do it in the first place. You have to think about that thing and focus on that. Like, okay, but if I get up, then I'll be able to do this and I'll ultimately achieve this. It ain't always the easiest thing. But that why has to ignite something in you. You might have to go deep with your why. It's not just because I want to look cute. It's because I want to love myself. I want to have self-esteem. I want to be comfortable within my skin. Because I'm tired of looking like this when I really want to look like this. Because I'm tired of giving up on myself. Whatever you have to do to get to your core why, identify your why. Next step, don't overthink it. Just do it. Like Nike. Just do it. Just take action. Do you know how long we've wasted? How much time we've wasted overthinking something? Like it's stuff that you probably thought about last year that you still ain't took action on. I've done the same thing. But all we're doing is wasting time. Because let me tell you something. Either you make the decision to do it, and it doesn't go as planned, now you know not to do it anymore. Or you sit there and don't make the decision because you're overthinking it, and now a year passes and you don't know what could have happened. You don't know. Do you know what can happen in a year? I know someone who went from single to married in a year. Not single to engaged in a year. Single to married, done had the wedding already in a year. You can have a whole child in a year. Your life can change in a year. But you have to make the decision to take some action. We can't continue to be scared to take action. So that's the next step. Don't overthink it. Just take action. Whatever that thing is you said you're going to do, take action. Take action. Okay, I need to... What was the first step? Identify your why. Okay, this is what I got to do. Okay, I'm going to take action. I said I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. We're not wasting any more time. You want to live your best life now? Your best single life today? You want to live it now? Take action. Because what is the alternative? You don't take action, and then nothing changes? And then you never learn your potential? You never develop the dopeness inside of you? Take action. Let's move on to the next one. Set alarms and reminders. Set alarms and reminders. We make excuses a lot. We make excuses so much. Oh, I didn't know it was this time. Oh, I done missed it. Oh, I gotta catch next time. Oh, I forgot. Nope. Set alarms and reminders. You want to be more productive? You're trying to get your schedule together? You're trying to get more done in a day? You lay down to take that nap as soon as you Open your eyes while you getting comfortable. You look in your dresser and it say wash clothes. Okay. This is when you get up and take action. You don't sit there and say, well, I'm tired. I could have did. Nope. Let's throw the clothes in the washer. Bam. Throw the clothes in the washer. Go ahead, take that nap. Wake up. Put them in the dryer. Or you could sit there and take that nap, not have no reminder. Sit there and overthink it and make excuses. Wake up and still not have anything done. And now something else done came up. So now you got to put that on the back burner. Nope. Set alarms and reminders. I have a reminder on my phone that reminds me to drink water, because I needed to raise my water intake. So now every 2 hours, it seems like every 15 minutes, but every 2 hours, that alarm goes off to remind me to get some water. Because if I have not drunk a bottle of water in 2 hours, that's a problem in itself. It's 2 hours. It's taking you so long. But I know I need that reminder, because I'll go through the day and I forget, and time passing like this, and nope, set a reminder. No excuse. So whatever it is, set reminders for it, you know? In whatever way you need to talk to yourself. Set reminders. Set yourself an alarm. Whatever it is you need to do. Next step. Stay encouraged. No matter what's going on. I gotta sing in everything I do, apparently. Everything's a song. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged, stay encouraged, stay encouraged. How do you stay encouraged? Make it fun for you. Make it fun for you. One thing that it actually wakes me up and it gets me ready to work out sometimes. Excuse me. One thing is, if you know Kendall on Instagram, he is live. And there's this one video that I saved, and he goes, get your up and get up out of bed. Get your up, cause that's what best friend said. Lit morning, what you mad for? You blessed. Yes, I had to sing it out for you, cause I need you to get the energy that I'm getting to get up. Because when I don't feel like it, I get up and I remember I am blessed. Then I gotta go ahead and listen to my gospel and be grateful and talk to God and start my morning off right, off happy, off whatever it is that gets you encouraged. Stay encouraged. Go on IG. Follow those accounts that motivate you, not the ones that make you feel like you should be better, you should be doing this, you should be looking like that, you should be having this. Not those accounts. The accounts that encourage you, the accounts that push you, the accounts that motivate you, the accounts that make you feel like that's a friend in your head, and you're like, okay, they doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and do it too. Okay, they securing a bag, I'm gonna secure mine too. Okay, they just went ahead and got a promotion, I'm gonna get a promotion. Go ahead, because we gotta win together. However you need to, stay encouraged. Next, reward yourself and celebrate every win. Let me tell you why it's important to celebrate every win, because those big wins, they may be far and few in between, and you're gonna sit there feeling discouraged, like, yeah, I got this, but now it's been 5 months and what else? What's happened now? No. Celebrate all the wins, the big wins and the small wins. Because they're all wins and they're all contributing to you attaining your goal. Don't let that big gap go by and start discouraging you. And then you're like, well, I was doing good, now it's not happening. No. A lot of times that happens with people when it comes to weight loss, because the number isn't going down. But yo, check your inches going down. Yo, look at your arm, you more toned. How do you feel? You feel better. Celebrate those wins, all of them. Celebrate all those wins. You want to get yourself down to a certain size? Say, okay, as soon as I get myself down to that, I'm buying myself something. Reward yourself, because why not? Okay, I'm going to get a cheat. I'm going to get this cheat. I can't wait to cook this up. That's going to be my cheat meal. Not your cheat day. We don't need a whole day. That's going to be my cheat meal. Why not reward yourself? You deserve it. You putting in all this hard work. You want to save your money? Go ahead and save your money. Save your money and save up a certain amount to where you can save for whatever you desired. And then that little bit extra, that's just that icing on top. Reward yourself for your wins, for your successes. Don't go crazy though. Don't go, partying and drinking every time you lose a pound, because now you're just gaining it back. It's just redundant, Responsibly. How about that? Celebrate your wins and reward yourself responsibly. But make sure that you do that. Make sure that you do that, because you may be the only one clapping for yourself. You may be the only one cheering for yourself. You may be the only one rooting for yourself. So make sure you do it often. Make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. Make sure you're always honest with yourself. Okay? And how about this? If it's possible for you not to be the only one, get an accountability partner. Get someone there who's going to keep you accountable. Get somebody there who's going to excuse me, who's going to say, hey, I seen that on IG. I seen that you was eating. I hope that's your cheat meal and you're not having a cheat day. Get somebody that's going to be honest with you. Get somebody that's going to say, like, yeah, listen, I know it's tempting, but you told me that you're trying to be celibate. Yeah, we're going to use that one. We're going to go there. We're going there. You told me that you're trying to be celibate. You told me that you're committed to it. You told me that you really want to make this change. And I think it's foolish for you to invite him over tonight. Like, why sabotage yourself? Well, I'm just going to see in this and that. Why set yourself up for that? Be accountable to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself like that. Be accountable to yourself. Stop saying, well, okay, this will be my last day of eating like this. And then the next day, well, this is going to be my last meal. Then the next day, well, I might as well start on Monday. Stop. Stop. Be accountable to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Sometimes people are going to be yes men and they're going to say, oh, that's okay. You good with that and you good with that. No, don't allow that. Don't allow that. A lot of times that limits us. We think it feels good for the moment, but really it's limiting us. It's enabling us to be mediocre. That's not your best single life. That's not living in your dopeness. Be accountable. Allow yourself to be accountable and be real with yourself. I talk to myself crazy sometimes, yo. I talk to myself crazy sometimes. Like, what are you doing? Like, you gonna talk the talk, or you gonna actually be about it? Because last time I remember, your consistency could be a lot better. So what's stopping you? Oh, your schedule? Oh, your son? Guess what? Work around it. People do it every day. Work around it. You ain't the only mother in the world. Work around. I talk to myself crazy, like, I actually use some other choice words, but sometimes, like, really, I talk to myself crazy because I don't want to have a pity party for myself when I'm not even going hard enough for that. Like, I could go harder. I could be doper. I could commit more. I could be more focused. I could be more dedicated. So be accountable yourself, and if you can, and I hope you can, get an accountability buddy and do this together. Whether y'all focusing on the same thing or y'all both have different goals, do it together. I just got a book and I just bought my friend a book. I said, what's your address? Bought her a book, sent it to her, no excuse. We gonna start this devotional. Let's go. Cause I need an accountability buddy, and I'm gonna be yours. And we gonna get this transformation in our lives. We gonna continue to glow and grow. Let's go. You gotta be accountable. Let me tell you why. Because you're worth the commitment. You're worth the commitment. I know that, but I need you to know that. Can you say that right now? I'm worth the commitment. I am worth the commitment. I am worth living my best single life. I am worth living my best single life. Can you say that right now? I know this is a video, but seriously, say it out your mouth. I am worth the commitment. I am worth living my best single life now. I am worth living that now. Not in 5 years, not later, not when this, not when. Nope, we're working on it now. We're working on it today. We're getting better now because you're worth it. Because why not? You have so much dopeness inside of you. Sometimes we look at certain people and we see what other people are doing and we think it's so amazing and we think that it's so catastrophic and we can't do that ourselves. But that's not the truth. You can. You can achieve that yourself if you so choose. If you decide to commit. You're worth the commitment. That dopeness that's in them, that's in you too. It's specific to you. It's whatever God made you dope in, but it's in you too. It's not just other people. They're not the only ones. Jim Carrey said, what did he say? What did he say? I need my phone. Jim Carrey said something and it stuck with me. He said something like, if you're going to fail at what you don't want, you might as well try for what you want. You might as well do what you love. Something like that. I'm real close to it. And I was like, that's the truth. You might as well do what you might as well take that chance. Because you're worth it. God made you worth it. There's no question about that. It just is what it is. You're worth it. You're worth living your best life. You're actually put here to live your best life. Certain circumstances happen in our lives and things happen and we get different mindsets and there's a self-talk we tell ourselves. A lot of it is false. A lot of it is not true. A lot of it is negative. But you're worth living your best life. Let me tell you something though. You're worth living your best life. And I believe you desire to live your best life. I desire for you to live your best life. But that doesn't mean you deserve it. You hear me? You're worth living it. I know you desire it, but do you deserve it? Let me tell you about people who deserve things. People who deserve things are people who put in the work, people who committed, people who are dedicated, people who are focused, people who did what they needed to do to get what they have. They deserve it because you put in that work to get it. You deserve it. People who deserve that A in class, they turned in all of their work. They did good on their test. They deserve it. You deserve that A. People who want an A in class, I want an A. I'm nice to the teacher and I come every day. That's it. That's about all you do. You don't study at home. You don't commit to that. You don't raise your hand and answer questions in class. Answer questions in class. You don't do that. You don't even raise your hand when you're confused because you're scared about other people, what they're going to do, what they're going to say, and how they're going to feel and what they're going to think. But that A+ student, they do all that. They deserve it. I have heard so many women just in life say what they deserve in a man. And I believe that they desire it, and I know that they're worth receiving it. But you don't deserve what you haven't become. So many people say speak things into existence, and I believe that. As you're speaking it into existence, you need to do the work to become it. Because then you deserve to be it, because you became it. You want to be a wife. And you're asking God to do this with this man and to help to bring you this man and to ask God to do the work in you. What does God need to do in you? There's my finger. How does God need to heal you? How does God need to prepare you? How does God need to prepare you for that so that as you're saying I'm a wife and you're doing the work to be a wife, you're becoming a wife, and as you become a wife, your husband comes to you like, oh, that's a wife. It's a wife. I'm a wife that. And you deserve that. You deserve that long-lasting marriage. You deserve that till death do us part. Because you put in the work on yourself first. To know how to receive these things. To know how to react to certain things. To know how to live a life with this man. There's so many things we say we deserve. And we ain't putting no work for it. We put in the minimum. But we deserve it. We desire it. But can I tell you something? You're worth it. If you're worth it and you desire it, why not put in the work so that you deserve it? You're so worth committing because you're worth living your best single life. You're so worth committing because God put you on this earth for a purpose. On purpose. For a purpose. It doesn't matter how our parents conceived us. You were already a thought in God's head. You were put on this earth for a purpose. With purpose. You can choose to live a mediocre life. You can choose to live a cool life, but just not your best life. Or you can choose to live your best single life. You can choose to live your best single life. And it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That's why we commit. You don't think you're worth committing to? Do you think you're worth committing to? I believe you're worth committing to. You gotta know it though. You gotta know it. Is that your why? Maybe that's your why. Because I'm worth it. Why do I need to improve this? Why do I want to achieve this goal? Because I'm worth it. Because if nobody else thinks I'm worth it, I'm going to show people that I'm worth it. I'm going to show you how to treat me. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to become what I've always wanted to be. Because I'm worth it. You have to know that you're worth it. You're worth the commitment. You are. Now make the commitment. You're worth the commitment. You got the steps to committing. Now make the commitment. I want you to know that this whole lecture was a prelude into a blueprint. Let me go to it first. Do the work blueprint. Step-by-step guide to goal attaining and growing, really, to live your best life. I realize that so many people keep saying, do the work. You gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. You hear Ayanla on her show say, I did my work. And I know people are like, what is it? What is the work? What did you do? But here's the thing. Her work is different from your work, is different from my work, is different from his work. You have to do your work to get what you want. But what is the work? What does that look like? What does that mean? What do I have to do? I remember when I feel like I tell this story often. I remember when I was younger, I wanted nothing more than to be an actress. And I was ready to do what I had to do. But I didn't know what to do. I would sit back and I would watch people, famous actors, people who have made it. And they get asked this question, what would you say to a young person who wants to get in the business? And they always say, start. Just start. I used to get pissed off. What does that mean? Just start. Just do it. What? Start where? I need the step by step. I need the blueprint. Just do what? How? Who? Who do I call? What do I go to? What do I pay for? What do I do? I used to get so frustrated when they all said, just start. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't think of that. That's what I feel about do the work. Multiple people have said, like, what is the work? Like, people always talk about doing the work. But what is that? Just like people always talk about living your best life. How? You do the work. What's the work? The work is different for all of us. But I did create a blueprint. And it's a step-by-step guide to attaining the work. And you have to implement your specifics into the guide. You have to implement your specifics into what exactly it is you're doing. But guess what? You can't do the work if you don't commit to the process. You can't successfully do the work if you don't commit. And I don't want you doing the work and then saying, well, it's not working. I don't want you doing the work and taking 3 years when you were only supposed to take 1. I want you to do the work and see the reward, reap the benefits, and begin to know, if you don't already, that you're worth it. And then begin to desire it and deserve it because you're putting in the work for it. That is sincerely what I desire. For you to do the work, take this step-by-step guide, implement your specifics, commit to what you implement, and knock it out the park and live your best single life, damn it. Just be as dope as you are supposed to be. Develop as you're going through the process, just developing that dopeness in you and just being a freaking amazing. Just being amazing. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to see you blossom into just a dope queen. Okay? Forget a trap queen, just be a dope queen. I can't wait to see you blossom into that dope queen. Into your dopeliness. But you gotta do the work. It's not always easy. That's why we commit. So if you want the blueprint to doing the work, the Do the Work Blueprint step-by-step guide to goal attaining and growing, really, go to reigningsuccess.com and it will be available for you at reigningsuccess.com. Please take this. I hope you wrote down these steps. Commit to whatever, any and everything you desire to do in your life. Commit. You're going to have to do the work in multiple places in your life. Commit, even if you desire not to have the blueprint. Commit. Okay? That is it. So thank you so much for taking the time to spend it with me and letting me speak on the common cure to successfully conquer inconsistency and a lack of motivation, because there are people out here who are winning and all they're doing is committing, and you can do it too. They haven't reached the cap yet. There's still more people that can win, so you can put yourself in that too. Okay, to live your best single life. I am Rain, owner of Reigning Success Coaching at reigningsuccess.com, founder of Successfully Single Prep School, where I assist women in being whole, happy, and successfully single, meaning happily and actively preparing yourself for your next level, whatever that level is, by developing your dopeness. Okay, thank you again for spending your time with me. God bless you. I'm excited to see you win, because I know you're not just going to take this information and do nothing with it. I know you're going to implement it. I know you're going to take action. Because what's the point of learning if you're not taking action? Okay? God bless y'all. Goodbye.